What is up, my fellow household appliances? It's your boy L.Dre back with another video. It's been a minute, but your boy has finally gotten on Twitch. That's why I've been kind of MIA for a bit. Haven't really been making a lot of music this month because I've just been preparing for this day, which the day I'm filming this, I just did my first stream yesterday. It was fun. I liked it. I hope a lot of you guys came. I know a lot of people showed up, so shout out to everybody who was there, the OGs of the first stream. So for a lot of people who are considering getting into streaming, I know it's like, to me, it was super overwhelming, the thought of it before I started doing it. How do you get everything set up? So today I'm going to be showing you my overkill dual Mac Twitch streaming setup. Shout out to the man Decap. Decap really helped me put together all this stuff. He's the only person I know that's using two Macs to stream because I'm just not a Windows kind of guy, you know what I'm saying? So basically I'm using my 16-inch Macbook Pro to make beats on and do everything else on, and then I'm using one of the new M1 Macbook Pros that Apple recently released to stream on. I got Streamlabs on there. When I say this setup is overkill, I mean it. I'm not gonna recommend you go and buy all this stuff and copy the exact same stream, but I do want to show you that it is possible to stream with two Macs. So you can get a Mac Mini if you want, something like that. If you have, if you have some money, some spare change, you know what I'm saying? But before I show you the setup, let's get into some highlights from the first stream so you can see what the quality is before you even see what the setup is. First things first, I gotta shout out some people. Shout out my boy Chris Punchline. I see he got the whole community here. Shout out to him. He helped me a lot with this whole setup. Shout out to my guy Decap. He helped me with all the gear, all that kind of stuff. Shout out to my manager Adil at Creative Room for helping with the deal, the partnership with Twitch. Keely, shout out to Mike from DistroKid for helping put all this stuff together. And shout out to everybody who's following. I see all these things in the chat. I'm new to this, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell's going on. I used to use this bass in literally every beat, okay? It's called Soft Soul Bass. It's in hybrid. Sometimes you can get hybrid for like $1. I'm pretty sure I got hybrid for like $1, or it comes with like MPK minis and stuff like that. So you should definitely have hybrid. If not, go get it. It's probably on sale on Plug-in Boutique for like $5 or something right now. This is how I master my songs. Now, when it comes to mixing and mastering, I just kind of do them at the same time. So when it comes to mixing, it's just the levels. You see, I turn things down, I turn things up. I pretty much get the mix how I want it to sound before anything. So then when it comes down to the master, literally all I do is add Ozone. If you don't know Ozone, it's literally just a plugin that masters your stuff for you, bro. So we got an equalizer, an imager, a maximizer. And you see this is the light cleanup preset. That's what I use. Honestly, look, I'm gonna tell you the truth, you guys. I'm gonna tell you the truth right now. L.Dre is not a technical producer. Did I go to college for music production? Yes, I did. But if you ask me, hey, L.Dre, what does a compressor do? I'm gonna say, I don't know, bro, YouTube it. You know what I'm saying? But Soft Soul Bass from Hybrid, baby. Let's get it. That's the formula. If you want to know the formula, Lounge Lizard, Soft Soul Bass from Hybrid, In Memoriam, some kind of bell, and some kind of whistle. Look, if you're a fan of me and you rap, don't be offended right now, or be offended, because I've had too many instances with people just taking my beats and rapping over them. Like, you can take my beats, you can use it for a YouTube background, you can use it for Twitch, but when people rap on, like, especially when they rap on like Steven Universe, like a big song by me, bro, it makes me so mad, especially when it's not good. There's been so many times that people have taken my beats and rapped pure garbage. Like, at least somebody steal my beat and make something good. Want to release a project but don't have a full album? Any benefit of putting a full album on Spotify versus 3 to 4 song EP? Lo-fi music technically is background music. A lot of people just put it on and let it play. So I personally suggest albums as well. You can do like singles and EPs and then have them be the single and still put them in an album. But at the end of the day, like, I just personally feel like somebody wants to just click play and just chill. That's why the playlists are so big, because they're not trying to find one song. They just want to hit play and do their homework, study, whatever it may be. Do you think the lo-fi community is toxic? Nah, my lo-fi community hasn't been toxic so far, but I think the producer community in general gets pretty toxic just because producers want to please other producers. I'm gonna talk directly into the camera so you guys can hear this. Stop trying to please other producers. Steven Universe has 15 million streams, all right? Do you know the people who are listening to that? Do you know the percentage of people out of that 15 million who are producers? Probably not much. So do you think the people listening to that and getting me money and stuff, you think they care if I use In Memoriam 1? You think they care if I use a loop from Splice? You think they care if I use a hi-hat loop? They're the people listening to your music. They are the consumers. It's not all about pleasing other producers, trying to make it seem like you have all these skills, okay? It's about making good music. Use arcade, use loops, use samples, use whatever you want. Use the same kick in every single beat. Use In Memoriam 1 every single beat if you want. If it works for you, do it. Who cares? The quality is pretty solid, right? So I actually didn't run into too many issues. There was this little stuttering problem I had, but it didn't bother people too much. I'm gonna figure out what was up with that, but now I'm gonna switch to my iPhone and show you the setup. All right, so here is what it's looking like. If you saw my last setup tour video, you know I took pride in the amount of wires I was able to get rid of, but this kind of undermines the whole thing. So right over there, that's my MacBook Pro 16-inch. That is my DAW open up there, and that is being routed to here. So let's go to face and screen. Boom, this is Streamlabs. And how am I getting that connection to this laptop to stream out of? Good question. So we have this HD60 S Plus by Elgato. Decap put me onto this. So the HDMI out is plugged into the MacBook Pro, and the Elgato is plugged into this CalDigit dock, which is plugged into this. So that's how we got the display up. Now, the main issue a lot of people have when they're trying to stream with two Macs is how do you get the audio? So another overkill thing, but this is what Decap put me on, is we're just using the Apollo Twin. That's how our audio is being recorded. So basically when I stream, I'm not using my monitors. So instead of having my monitors plugged in, I have these cables plugged in to another Elgato HD60 S Plus. All right, so we have that plugged in right here. So that's gonna capture all the audio that is coming through this MacBook through my Apollo interface. So that's also the mic and my DAW or Spotify, whatever I have opened up on my 16-inch Mac here that is running through the Apollo is being recorded into this and loaded up into Streamlabs. For this Elgato HD60 S Plus, not only do we have the audio routed into it, but we have this mini HDMI cable running into my Canon EOS R with a 15 to 35 millimeter RF lens. And this one is also plugged in to the M1. So all of the capture cards are plugged into the M1, and that's how everything is rocking. So we got the face in the screen. All this stuff is running on the M1 Mac. And we also have the Stream Deck. So this is just one of the many ways to have this set up. I've seen a bunch of videos on YouTube. You don't have to go overkill with your interface, how I have my Apollo doing all the work for the audio. There's a bunch of different software versions of this, but for me, and honestly for Decap, like just having everything through hardware is just much simpler than having to download different softwares, because sometimes software fails. Software fails more than hardware does, I think. So I guess the only drawback is that I can only use headphones on the stream, which I don't mind. This is definitely not the cheapest setup you can get. This is very overkill. The M1 Macbook alone costs like $1,800. I got 16 gigs of RAM. Also, the CalDigit dock is like $200-300. Now I have two of those. Definitely overkill. So that's it. That's my setup. That's how I'm rocking. That's how I'm working. I'm in no means a professional, so please don't ask me questions about how to set up the Streamlabs. I got a lot of help from Chris Ponsalon, and I got a lot of help from my guy Decap, and a bunch of YouTube tutorials that taught me how to put everything together on the software side of things. But as far as the hardware, that's what I have. I'll put the link in the description to everything I have to make this setup possible. But yeah, it's possible to stream pretty flawlessly on 2 Macs. If you're a Mac user, you don't have to go out and get a new PC. You can get a Mac Mini. The new M1 Mac Minis, they'll work just fine. They're much cheaper, and you just have to have an extra display. I was gonna get a Mac Mini, but I didn't want to have an extra display just hanging around my minimal desk setup, you know what I'm saying? So like, I'll just get a Mac Mini that has a screen on it. It's called a MacBook. But yeah, if you have questions that I can't answer, leave them in the comments. I'm gonna be streaming on a weekly basis, so join the Table Gang Discord to be updated. I'll leave that linked below as well. Super supportive community of musicians and music lovers and artists, all kinds of stuff like that. So make sure you join that Discord below. And yeah, that's it. I'm a table. Don't let anybody tell you what you can or cannot be. Thank you for watching. Catch me on Twitch, L.Dre TV. L.Dre out.